Hello everyone, Matt Guy here. Just wanted to take this moment to show you all how to field strip and disassemble a Taurus Millennium Pro PT140. It is a 40 Smith & Wesson that's made by Taurus. In my opinion, it's a pretty good firearm. It shoots a 40 Smith & Wesson, which has got good knockdown power. The pistol itself is also very easily concealed, so you can carry it a number of different ways. So anyway, without much further ado, here's how. First thing first, we're going to make sure that the weapon is unloaded, so we're just going to drop the mag. Next thing, we're going to take any round that's in the chamber out, so I'm going to disengage the safety, so you can see it's nice and red. That means safety is off. Rack the slide back, let any chambered round fall to the ground or fall into your hand, whichever you prefer. Now what I will do for this demonstration is I'm going to put an empty magazine back in so I can very easily lock the slide back. And then I'm going to take the mag back out. Now on the side of the firearm you have three levers. The rear one is the safety. This is a slide release. This is what allows you to access the firearm to clean it. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn it so that it's pointing down. Now what we're going to do is very similar to the Kel-Tec. I'm going to stand up real quick. And I'm going to take a spent casing to kind of nudge it up. I prefer to come at it from the muzzle end of the slide. I just need to nudge that piece that or that lever that we turned down. I just need to nudge it up just a little bit so I can get a good finger grip on it. It comes up pretty easily. So now that I've brought it loose, I'm going to very carefully pull the pin right out. And I'm going to put this pin somewhere nice and safe. Now at this point I've got the barrel fully forward as opposed to back, because it will slide back into the slide. I'm going to release the slide. Now remember, we got this unloaded. Pull the trigger, and while holding the trigger, bring the slide off of the frame. At this point you can get into the frame, get into the striker, get into the slide rails, get some CLP in there, make sure it's nice and clean. On the slide and the barrel, we're going to remove the recoil guide and the spring. Unfortunately, these parts do not come apart, so don't even bother trying. All you can do is clean it as best as you can. You can get to the barrel, though. The barrel will come out. Clean out the slide rails, clean out the firing pin assembly, clean out the barrel. Like I said, I prefer a phosphor bronze brush. Run a few patches through it. Then once we're done, I'm going to take the recoil pin, put it back in, and it's the larger end is actually towards the front of the slide. So I'm just going to put it back in there. I'm going to take the slide, match it up with the frame, and then at this point I'm going to push it all the way back. Then I'm going to engage the slide release that I showed you before, that second lever. Now at this point, with the barrel fully forward, I'm going to take this pin, and with the pin pointing forward and kind of pointing up, you can see it this way. With that pin in that position, I'm going to very carefully kind of wiggle it in. There's a kind of a spring in there. I'm going to wiggle it in and then twist it so that it nudges the spring out of the way. Then I can very slowly wiggle it into place. Then rotate it so that it's pointing to the back of the firearm. Push it in, and it'll snap into place. And at this point, we're ready to go. If you have any questions, let me know.